Good morning. Sorry I did not have a chance for my, makeup team to fix my bed head and stuff this morning. So you just have to look at me like this. It was a good night last night. I just left camp. A couple of people, Skunch and Yak, that set up next to me last night. We've had some nice discussions. They were really great. Campsite mates. Very respectful and fun. I pulled into camp so late last night and everything. I slept in late this morning. In fact, I need to check and see what time it is. My guess is it would be around probably 8. I'm leaving late today for sure. But I woke up my normal, 4:30, and I said, man, there's no way I'm doing this. I'm tired. And went back to sleep. Luckily was able to. So, but anyway, it's all good. I'm glad. I needed that badly. All ready to roll here. I'm heading down the mountain, which I like. I will have a couple of small, climbs today. Some little bumps that I need to hit before I get down to the real flat. That's just flat and rocks and roots all day, all the rest of the day. But I won't have much. It won't be much at all. So I'm excited about that. And, I haven't looked at the exact mileage, but I'm somewhere just a little over 70 miles away from Katahdin, from the end of this hike. And Katahdin itself is, whatever it is, 10 miles, 15 miles probably away from Able Bridge, from where the 100-mile wilderness ends. So, what does that mean? It means I'm probably a little less than 60 miles from being done with the wilderness here, the 100-mile wilderness. So, that's a good, actually it might be more like 55 miles, 50, yeah, anyway. So that's a good solid 3 days of hiking, which puts me right on schedule. So we'll see what happens today. I might end up doing 20-mile days, but if the train's not too bad, I might bump that up a little. It would be really nice because of how the whole system works. I don't think I've explained that to you, and I don't even know if I'll get into it. But basically, once you get to Able Bridge, which is basically where Baxter State Park begins, you have to immediately put your name on a list to be able to get into the park and camp in the thru-hiker campsite and summit Katahdin. And if too many people have already gotten there that day, then you don't get to go in and stay the night, and you don't get to summit Katahdin the next day. You have to wait till the day after that. And it just kind of works that way. So the point is, I guess I am getting in and explaining the whole dang thing. The point is that if I can do extra miles today, if I can do extra miles tomorrow, it just means that third day, that's that much earlier that I will get into Baxter State Park, and that much better chance that I will be one of the people that makes it on that list for the following day, so I don't have to waste a day sitting around waiting. So there's some motivation to do some more miles today, but I'm also tired. So we'll see which one of those things wins out. I forgot to mention earlier that Kriegis took off this morning before I woke up. We talked about it last night, and I pretty much knew he would, and I think he knew he would, and he should. He, you've heard me mention in past videos just that it's awesome hiking with other people. I mean, we've had so much fun the past couple of days, and it's been so great to build a friendship with him. He's just the neatest kid, and man, how you get to be 19 and that mature, I can figure that much stuff out about life, I do not know, but I like that kid. But he, as much fun as we have together, I mean, still, at the end of the day yesterday, when he finally kind of just took off and hiked to camp by himself, which he did, and went way ahead of me, and I was dying, going really slow. I know it was really good for me to just be able to just go at my own pace, do my own thing, There's nobody in front of you making you feel like you're going too slow or that you're trying to match their pace, either slow or fast. And I'm sure for him it was the same way. I'm sure he realized, it's nice to not be looking behind me all the time, making sure this guy's keeping up with me and, slowing down and speeding up and doing this and that. And that's just how it is. Hiking long distance is somewhat of a solitary experience, and it's better a lot of times when you're doing it by yourself. So anyway, he's off today, hiking ahead. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he was already 5 miles ahead of me, because if I got up at 6 o'clock, if I left at 6 like I normally do, I'd probably be 5 or 6 miles in already. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means I'll see him. I don't know if we'll get backed up at the Able Bridge and, end up summiting on the same day and see each other then. There's lots of things that can happen. But anyway, been awesome hiking with him. I hope I see him again. We've talked about trying to keep in touch and get together and stuff, and so that'd be cool. And yeah, I guess that's it. I wish you the best of luck, Kriegus, if you see this. Good luck on your summit if I don't see you. And everything else that you do. A few days ago at Shaw's, when I was out watching the Monson Parade and when I was waiting in line at the food court for my raw hamburgers, the sun was cooking. It was hot. It was out in full force. But since that day, since Kriegus and I took off and headed into the 100-mile wilderness, the sun has not really been around. Maybe not at all, really. It's been buried behind the clouds, but today it is coming out. Just maybe 30 minutes ago or so. And it is starting to warm things up quickly. But the good news is I am done with my climbing for the day. So I'll be doing a lot of trail walking, and just once I get out in the open, I'll put my hat on and just cruise along and drink plenty of water. There are tons and tons of water sources today, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. Might even be a nice change of pace. Well, that's the first time I've seen a distance for Able Bridge, so I don't really know exactly what Golden Road is. I'm assuming that's just the destination at Able Bridge, so that means 47.2 miles. I will be pulling into Baxter State Park and registering for my hike up Katahdin. That's awesome. Less than 50 miles before that happens. And then I don't know the exact mileage. I think I think roughly it's maybe around 15 miles to get from Able Bridge, like to the campground, and then up to Katahdin. But then, of course, you have to hike down from Katahdin, get a shuttle out or whatever. And not to mention that the distance from the campsite up to Katahdin, whatever that is, I don't know what it is. Let's say it's 6 miles or something. It's a lot. It's like a, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 foot climb. So pretty massive. So it'll feel like a lot more distance for sure. This is the Cooper Falls lean-to that I'm going to take a little stop at for lunch. And I guess those must be the Cooper Falls. Be a nice area to spend the night in. Well, I'm here at the lean-to still, having lunch. I don't know if you can see in the background that guy back there fishing. Got my nice bug net on too, trying to keep the bugs out of my ears. But he's a 69-year-old guy who has been doing a lot of stuff, taking care of his parents who just passed away and all sorts of things. And anyway, he finally was able to get out here after 45 years of dreaming about this and do the AT. And he's only about 50 miles from being done too. So, well, I guess 70 miles from being done. So anyway, but he just bought himself a little Star Wars fishing pole because he knew he was going to be staying here tonight, out here with this big area. And so he came fishing. So he went out there. He goes, I'm going to see if I can catch myself something. He wasn't out there for a few seconds, and he came right back, woohoo, and he caught something. So now it just flopped itself onto the ground. So, oh well, I'll let him deal with that. Well, that was Viking Man down there, and he caught himself a little trout, a real little trout, but he's gonna cook it up anyway. And his buddy Raincatcher came in behind him a little ways, just right when I was leaving, and he's got a fishing pole too. So I guess the two of them are kind of doing their thing together right now. So they're gonna go out and see if they can't catch a couple more little ones and do it up. So. In the meantime, since I was down there eating, clouds have kind of moved in. I don't hear anything, you know, there hasn't been any thunder or anything like that, but definitely have moved in, and I even felt one or two drops back there when I was leaving the lean-to. But yeah, I have no idea if it'll turn into anything. Doesn't really look too bad, but what does that mean around here? So. Well, this is officially the first time ever that I have put my bug net on to hike. The people that set up their tent next to mine last night, when they came into camp, had their bug nets on. I thought that was a little unusual. This morning they asked me if I had one. I said, yeah. I only use it really when I'm setting up my tent and hanging out in camp and stuff. And they said they've been using theirs for the past several days. They're going southbound, so they've been where I'm at right now already. And I just thought, okay, you know, hey, whatever. But now I get it. After leaving that last shelter, man, they are thick. Those little gnat things that keep flying into your eyes and ears and nose and mouth are just like everywhere. So I finally stopped and threw this thing on, and we'll see how long I need it or how long I can handle it. Well, it's hot, hard to breathe in it and stuff, but whew, man, at least those things aren't like able to infiltrate my body. Well, the bugs have subsided substantially. I think largely it was because I was just in this big boggy area. But also the winds have picked up, which is nice. A little breeze, cooled me off, keeps the bugs away. I am headed toward Antlers campsite, and I don't think I'm going to stay there. That'll be, when I get there, it'll be almost exactly 20 miles for the day, but it's not even 3 o'clock yet. I'm not quite there either, but I think I'll go a little further. But the reason it's important is because the lady in Monson at the ATC told me that's kind of the last guaranteed place to get a cell signal. So I'm gonna text a couple of people and kind of let them know what my plans are for the next few days, so they don't worry too much, and so I don't get grounded when I get home. And all of that will just be a good excuse to sit down and get off my feet for about 10 minutes. Then I'll get back to it. Beautiful pond behind me, huh? Actually, I can't really even figure it out. It's a pond or actually it's a really slow moving river. I think it actually is a river, but I can't see enough through the trees to quite see where it goes up here. So we'll see. I've been here at this Antlers campsite for a little while. It's really nice. I mean, it's really nice. Like, I should just stay right here. It's like there's no better place to stay, but it is still pretty early. It's only 4, and I've been resting quite a long time, like way longer than the 10 or 15 minutes I said. And so I'm gonna get a move on. Texted everybody. I'm with everybody, and then even got a hold of the AT Lodge in Millinocket, which is the little town near Baxter State Park. Kind of figured out at least a tentative plan for what I'm going to do after I summit. Getting off the mountain, they suggested I just hitch in. They said it's so easy because there's so many people coming through town. So we'll see. If not, they can kind of last minute send somebody out to get me if I can't get a hitch in, and I'll stay there. And then they have a shuttle going to the bus station and this and that. And so yeah, it should all be pretty easy. So I got that all worked out too, and now I don't have any more reasons to stay here, so I guess I better get up and move on.